The story of the families of our patriarchs and matriarchs continues in this week's portion, Toldot, where the focus now changes to the second generation, to Isaac and Rebekah and their twin sons, Jacob and Esau. We remember, of course, that Isaac had had a very tragic life. He had a near-death experience in which his father nearly slaughtered him as a sacrifice to God on the mountain of Mount Moriah. And according to the Torah, they never really had a relationship again after that. Shortly after that near-death experience, his mother, Sarah, dies, and he's involved in the burial of his mother. And then Abraham finds a wife for Isaac, and then when they get married, they have to deal with her infertility as well. So it's a very difficult, painful, physically and emotionally painful life for Isaac. Yet we find in this week's portion that there's a scene that we feel as if we are peeping toms. We have a sense of a little bit of the life of Isaac and Rebekah together and what they mean for one another. Because here's another story in this week's Parsha of famine in the land of Israel. And Isaac and Rebekah go to the land of Gerar, the Philistine area on the coast of the land of Israel, around the city of Ashkelon today, somewhere around there. And Avimelech looks out the window. And we're looking out the window also, and he catches Isaac and Rebekah in a moment of physical intimacy. It says in the portion that he sees them, Isaac mitzachek et Rivka. Isaac is laughing or causing Rivka to laugh, literally, but it's understood as that's a euphemism, a G-rated version of exactly what was going on there. And so we're embarrassed. Should we be embarrassed about catching them in that moment? Or because the Torah mentions it, it wants us to learn something, that despite the fact that Isaac experienced painful physical and emotional tragedy in his life, he's still able to find enjoyment in his life. And how can he do that? Through the comfort and love of his spouse, Rebekah. And so that's a powerful message for us, because lots of us deal with all kinds of crisis in life. And we could give in to that crisis and just stay in bed, under our blanket, away from the world around us. Or we can force ourselves to get back into the world, force ourselves to reestablish loving relationships with the people in our lives. And if we can do that, the Torah is teaching us by showing that window into Isaac and Rebekah's life. If we can do that, then too we can mitzachek, we can laugh or whatever, experience some kind of enjoyment. And so that's a powerful lesson as we're dealing with the aftermath of the horrific murders of our 11 brothers and sisters in Pittsburgh, that we as a community, we as individuals can and must move on in their memories, of course, to still enjoy life. Shabbat Shalom.